Take this love. Oh, oh, girl. I said you got me, baby. Yeah.
80s movie nostalgia usually fixates on the major franchises, but this was also an amazing time for independent and art house film. Major veteran directors were still doing great work, and newcomers like Jim Jarmusch, Pedro Almodovar, and the Coen brothers made their debuts.
When night falls in the city, everything changes. And anything can happen. A woman can fall for the man of her dreams.
What if I wanted to see more of you?
You'd have to really want that.
An affair can last for a night or a lifetime.
I'm not gonna always be here, you know that?
Nobody's always here.
Your choice.
And choosing can have a dangerous excitement. A very sexy, very stylish, very funny movie. Choose Me.
I'm asking you, baby. I'm asking you.
Semi-retired since the early 2000s, Alan Rudolph seemed to have been largely forgotten by the film world, but in the 80s and 90s he occupied a unique space. As much as his more famous contemporaries like David Lynch, Paul Schrader, or David Cronenberg, Rudolph created his own stylized universe that each of his films existed in.
Can't stand Christmas here, though. It's so feeble. LA's fine in the long run, though. You get to choose who you want to be and how you want to live.
Sounds like heaven on earth.
Choose Me was not his first film, but it may be his quintessential work, the one that contains everything his cinema is all about, distilled into one perfect and accessible picture that could not have been made by anyone else.
Enjoy this evening. So if you'll choose me, then you're...
The film's dreamy aura is apparent in its first moments, as Rudolph presents a romantic but melancholic nighttime cityscape. Eve emerges from around a corner, embracing and dancing with the hustlers and prostitutes. She is a queen in her realm, a woman of the night and of the streets. She is also the owner of Eve's Lounge, the bar where all the film's stories converge. This is allegedly Los Angeles and was actually filmed there, but it's really an imaginary Parisian place where an international cast speaks to each other in a mix of English, French, and German.
C'est pas le moment de laisser le dollar s'envoler.
Attention, qu'est-ce que tu dis, hein? Les murs ont des oreilles.
Cigarette, mein Freund?
It's a city that only exists at night and where there's no other music but soul, blues, and jazz. Teddy Pendergrass performed most of the songs on the soundtrack.
My life's pretty good, thank you. I'm stable. I know what I want. Just had this one teensy problem.
A love problem.
That's right. Love problem.
And you're deciding whether or not to make a change.
It's occurred to me.
Rudolph conveys his love and empathy with characters who are troubled yet still extremely likable and sympathetic. Like many of his films, such as Welcome to LA and Afterglow, Choose Me focuses on a group of alienated people dealing with everything from marital issues to mental illness. Geneviève Bujold plays Dr. Nancy Love, a call-in radiotherapist who looks to be in need of therapy herself.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm working.
There's a sound in your voice, Nancy.
I'm fine.
Well, you don't sound fine. Now, are you on any medication?
I'm beginning to understand myself better now. Entering a more knowing phase.
She goes out at night under a pseudonym to do research.
What do you have?
Excuse me, I'm looking for Eve.
Found her.
Hi, I'm Anne.
Oh. Hi.
I guess I'm nervous because I've always lived alone.
Always? Never even with a man?
I don't have much success with men.
Too much.
Yeah, well, frankly, we are understaffed and we need the space, so you're going to have to take him home with you.
Hey.
Okay, we're going to need
Keith Carradine plays Mickey, a recently released mental patient and compulsive liar. Or is he? There turns out to be evidence supporting most of the wild stories he tells.
So where are you from?
Las Vegas.
Nobody's from Las Vegas.
I am.
So where are you headed?
Las Vegas.
You're crazy.
That's what they say.
What I
I'm sorry, but it's time for the news.
Lila, we'll be right back. Hold on.
And if I had.
But the film really belongs to Leslie Ann Warren as Eve. Other Rudolph films have female protagonists, but Eve is the strongest. She's a woman who has obviously known pain and heartache and wears it on her sleeve.
I can't look at you.
You have perfection about you.
Feels so nice.
Oh, brother. Perfection. Me.
But she also remains bright, earthy, and compassionate. If she feels guilty about her chaotic love life, it's only because of the social expectations around her. Warren is one of those actresses who makes everything she's in better just by being in it. As Eve, she gives a powerful and poignant performance that's not easily forgotten.
Eve, I'm sorry about it. But knowing all the facts and under the circumstances, I don't think that I did something all that wrong. After all, it's not as if you own the man.
No, I don't own him. I don't own any man, and I never have. And no man owns me.
Ever been married?
Sure.
What happened?
Which time?
Oh, stop it, you guys! Don't! Don't fight! Ah! Ah! Flowers!
Your favorites.
Go ahead, pervert. Shoot me!
Oh, he doesn't mean it. Zach's a very caring person.
The guy's a goddamn menace.
He's not gonna shoot me. Are you, Zach?
I mean that uncontrollable impulse that shakes you to your very foundation, that makes your nerve ends tickle and your head spin, and that makes you feel like jelly. You may think it's wine, Rita, but it's not. It's blood. And there's nothing wrong with that feeling. We all need to get it. We all need it. There's nothing wrong with it.
But I know about all that.
Nancy, stand by for a station break.
I'm sorry, Rita. We're going for station identification.
She's just
Thank you.
sensational.
Don't go away.
The film's tagline was a serious comedy, and this indicates both the truth and the difficulty of Alan Rudolph's films. They are full of pathos and humor in equal measure, and feel perfectly balanced when you're watching them. The fusion of genres, however, make them difficult to advertise. They're surreal, spectral, detective stories, crime dramas, and romantic comedies all in one.
Stars in the sky.
Rudolph employs a floating dreamlike style in which scenes dissolve into each other, often to ironic effect, and filters and zooms constantly direct your attention to the detailed production design. His characters wander in search of connection, often appearing to awaken from each other's dreams. Ultimately, Rudolph seems to argue that instead of waiting forever for partners to be ideal and problem-free, there is joy to be found in gambling, represented by Mickey's obsession with getting to Las Vegas, and taking a chance on love even when the odds are stacked against you.